person. I continue to bleed. Additionally, I can still feel every word you write. For initially, the remarks started to change those hearts, those that we think use, yet you continued to lie. Additionally, too late, too little. Where had this energy gone? Before you were revealed by Tasha, she cleaned her face. I'm going to log off for a little. 2 a.m., unsure of my return date, but if I return, I'm returning as someone new since I am no longer able to be her. The though screen went dark. Backstage, at VH1, decisions had already been made by producers. Bambi was taken off the main cast. Scrappy provided his own recovery on his own arc. Tasha K was given a small spin-off of her own. Truth Bombs with Tasha K is a television series. Although Bambi's time was finished, her tale would serve as a warning for years, as a reminder and a lesson. And in no secret remains in the realm of reality TV, forever buried, particularly when a camera-wielding blogger is observing your every action. The mechanical hum of the lights backstage at the VH1 studio did little to break the mounting anxiety that had started to permeate the atmosphere like static. The echo of Tasha K's voice from that now viral live continued to reverberate in Bambi's ears as she sat by herself in her own dressing room, the walls closing in around her. With thousands of comments, DMSs, and story tags coming in like daggers, her phone was still buzzing. Her image in the mirror had a strange appearance. Her pride was dwindling, her lips were trembling, and her eyes were burning. The DNA report was in ruins. Scrappy's illusion had darkened. She already had Mama D on her neck, and it was Tasha now. Proud, boisterous, and shamelessly unconcerned. Bambi's chest grew constricted. Her fingers were on the vanity's edge. It was excessive. She felt more than simply deceived. She sensed hunted. Her secrets were out. It wasn't simply exposure, though. It was turned into a weapon. It was malevolent. It was planned. She was fully aware of the person she held accountable for it. She tightened her mouth and got to her feet. It was enough. With her heels clicking, she ran out of her changing room, firmly into the studio floor, gaining speed with each stride like a freight train approaching a storm. Members of the crew moved aside when they noticed that her eyes were burning. A couple of the actors peeked around corners. At the far end of the hall, phones are already in hand. In the middle of a conference call with a producer, Tasha K stood in the green room, as if she hadn't just exploded. She was laughing and drinking from a branded water bottle. The door blasted open, revealing a scandal of nuclear proportions in the worlds of hip-hop and love. Everybody's heads turned. Bambi made no hesitation. She entered right away. Her gaze was fixed on her objective. Fists, her knuckles were white. From the tight grip she had, there was silence in the room. I take it you find this amusing, Bambi's voice cut through the silence, piercing and poisonous. Do you now find it amusing to ruin someone's life? Tasha K remained unflinching. She dropped her bottle quietly, glanced up and down at Bambi, and then smirked as she inclined her head. My dear, I don't ruin lives. I tell the truth. If your life was destroyed, it may have been founded on false information in the first place. Shocks, the showrunner, was alerted when a production person began muttering into their earpiece. Bambi went one step farther ahead. Her heaving chest. It was not your place to publish the news. You did not ask me. You didn't give me an opportunity to clarify. You made me laugh out loud when you went live. I posted the information live. Tasha fired back, standing tall now, yet still calm. You attempted to hide the same facts. You were more concerned with preserving your reputation than the truth. And now you're being caught up by it. Bambi lowered the pitch of her voice, risky and emotionally brittle. I'm not someone you know. You have no idea what I've endured. You have no idea how much it took to keep everything together. Tasha K rolled her eyes. Please, by lying, manipulating, and being scrappy, you managed to keep everything together. That individual deserves better than false allegiance and secrets. Something broke inside Bambi at that very moment. She made a lunge. Security moved in instantly, arms raised between them. As he moved forward, inches from Tasha's face, Spice showed up at the door out of nowhere and was dragged by the shouting and hurried to assist in separating the two. Bambi, no! In an attempt to defuse the situation, Spice yelled, Girl, don't do this. Don't give them more reason to drag you. However, Bambi was not paying attention. She was now trembling and crying as she said, You destroyed my life. You don't. I had a complete life and a family, and you blew it up like it was your little YouTube series. You get to pretend like you're righteous when you're just messy for a check. Still composed but unyielding, Tasha K leaned in and said, "I didn't ruin your life, Bambi. You did that the moment you lied. I merely made sure you couldn't lie any longer about who your baby's father was." A factory worker attempted to yank Bambi away, but she surged past them. "You went too far. This was between Scrappy and me? You had no Tron ride? You're screaming louder again." "No, exactly." Spice was attempting to pull her out the room while holding her. "Tasha K, I have every right to stand my stance when individuals are harmed by lies like yours." Scrappy deserved the truth, and the phrase, "fans fan base," and Wisting struck Bambi hard. Her inbox was filled with abuse. Brands were withdrawing, and her business was imploding. DM deals disappeared. "You don't realize what you've done," she said in a tremulous voice. Tasha K came forward, arms crossed. "Now, this isn't just drama. You destroyed my entire life and my entire name. That's not on me. Perhaps you shouldn't have risked your life on a falsehood." By now, cameras were in progress, producers had intervened, phones were out, social media was already aflutter. Leaked video would appear on Instagram before the show even started. "And at Junior, this is going to blow up the internet," PA muttered. Erica, Mina, Sierra, and Rashidita waited motionless backstage. Erica took out her phone, pressed record. "Told y'all this day was coming," he murmured. Spice eventually succeeded in dragging Bambi out of the room, but not before she made one more loop around. Security shut the door behind them as Tasha K, suddenly by herself with herself, said, "If I go down, I'm taking you with me." Producers stated she should have considered that before lying to a man who gave her everything. While staring directly into the camera, the strain backstage remained active. The word had gotten out. Mama D had come sooner than expected. Shortly after the altercation, she entered the scene with her phone in hand and began watching the video that had just been given to her. Slowly, she shook her head, lips pressed together. The world now knows Bambi's true identity. Bambi, meantime, was sitting slouched in the corridor with her hair unkempt and mascara on, ruined. Spice knelt next to her and tried to comfort her, but Bambi was distraught. "They believe that I'm a victim," she cried. "They really think I'm just evil." "No," Spice said as she